I think after the first two, we're supposed to do 2 shooting, and then
It doesn't matter because the damage all happens at the same time.
That's true.
That's why it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, Arthur, we were saying during the break that we've got the wrong hunchback sheet.
Yeah.
You sure? There should be 2 hunchbacks with 2 sheets, right?
Well, one is the 5p, not the 4p.
Okay.
It's got the Guardian and the C3.
Okay. All right. I have the wrong sheet then.
It's fine.
Is it the one that's inside the dropship?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's assume that it will not functionally take place during this combat. Somehow I get the feeling that you guys are going to wrap things up here real quick.
Are we?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want this direwolf here.
You mean the direwolf that has certain armor damage with only 2 parts on it?
Speaking of which, we need to call in more artillery.
At the end of the round! Jesus Christ! Pondo's like, can we go an extra 2 or 3 rounds tonight? Maybe, you know... Can we hot-load artillery? Can you fire 2 loads of artillery at once? You put one in front of the other.
I just put this thing dead, that's all.
I said that about the Devastator for a long, long time, and I never shot a single bullet at it. It's too heavily armored.
Many chances to, but you
It was too heavily armored to think about doing it. You guys have 5 people pouring firepower into this thing, and it's still standing.
I think you've knocked out the Devastator 3 times while I was on the show.
Yeah. No, trust me. All throughout season 2, I wouldn't shoot at him once. And every time I shoot at him now, it just gets shot in the head and dies.
Sure,
so
all 3 of the times
it was a headshot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Great. It's
I've only got all 3 times. Yeah.
It's a cursed machine, really.
It's only gotten headshot twice.
That's fine.
Put Gleemo in the cursed machine of headshots.
You know, like you do.
Yeah, he's got
What you do with guests on this show.
The Devastator curse and the Gleemo curse kind of canceled each other out.
Yeah, next time you come on, we'll have a nice Orion for you.
I know, right? What's the point? Piloting a 300-year-old mech.
It's the joke that the Devastator knocked out first turn and we gave it to someone else.
Of course. Yeah. Let's
You'll notice Eric has never been back to play with us since then.
Especially considering you spent most of that combat trying to knock out the Warhammer 2C and nothing else. He couldn't do it.
Got really close though.
Got really, really close.
He's still playing Battletech.
Is he? That's awesome.
He's playtesting Mech Dragon.
He was a good sport.
Which isn't exactly like playing Battletech, but... Oh boy. You know, I gotta tell you, we'll get back to the combat in a second. I got 2 things. I just started going through the list of applicants. We've got 4 so far, and I saw that Soundwave Ghost had committed one, and I started scrolling down to see the backstories, and I saw the words Wasp Lamb, and I immediately knew that that was Soundwave's backstory. I didn't need to see what order it was in. This guy is obsessed with land air mechs. They're the fucking worst. For folks at home, a land air mech is literally a battle mech that jumps into the air on jump jets and transforms into an aerospace fighter. However, it weighs twice as much as the mech it's based on and still has the firepower of the 25-tonner it's based on.
What is it, just like the, what were they, the Vikings in StarCraft 2?
Yeah, they're like Vikings, but with half the functionality. Yes, it is a transformer.
Yeah, the Vikings are actually very good air-to-air. Those, not so much.
Is that like when Japan got a hold of the Battletech rights or something and gave it a good healthy
No,
dose
it was the
of
other way
anime?
around.
Oh, okay.
Battletech, a bunch of the designs, including the Wasp land air mech, are all ripped off of stuff from Robotech.
Robotech.
The
Yeah.
Warhammer, the Phoenix Hawk.
They're not ripped off. They're both from Macross, and it was back in the 80s and stuff. And the Battletech, at what it was at the time, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, and Harmony Gold ended up purchasing rights for these Macross designs, both, and so they both had copyright to those designs, and it's been a massive legal battle since 1991.
I knew there was a big battle over all of it, and it's funny that like
It's gone to court multiple times, but it's always been settled out of court.
there's an obvious big like aesthetic jump. You know what I mean? From like the Macross / Robotech designs.
I mean,
And,
that's
like, the
all about
Battletech
space
design.
superiority fighters turning into mechs and running on the sides of battleships.
Like the Marauder, for example, is definitely from that world, right? Like
Yes.
so much different than the like the Devastator, for example. Here,
It was a direwolf, a beautiful, beautiful direwolf. A walking apartment building with arms. The other thing I want to mention is I think I'm the only person here playing it, but Fire Emblem Three Houses is great. Excellent. I missed the chance to call it Three Kingdoms just to piss Pondo off, but let me tell you something. This game is fantastic. It's not a mobile game. It's for the Switch.
You wouldn't have upset me. You've just been
It's a mobile game.
give you my disappointment.
How do you... Because the Switch is mobile?
Because the Switch is a mobile console. It's
Oh,
basically
you know,
just a
people...
slightly overpowered tablet.
Oh my god, Sid. That's like saying that the Xbox is a Halo is a mobile game because you could LAN party your Xbox.
oh, it was a mobile game when I played it. Let me tell you.
Oh my
Let me
god.
carry my brick,
Yeah, we
my
used to
cinder block.
put our CRT TVs in our back seat, and
Yup.
off we went to our buddy's house.
It took like 2 hours to pack up and load and go over there, and in 3 hours to pack everything back up when you were done.
We had our big switcher that we would plug all the cord into.
Fire Emblem is excellent, friends. That's all I'm gonna say. I believe it is my turn to shoot.
Sounds good.
I suppose it doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna fire with the can't shoot anything with the Battle Cobra because it's got nothing. So I'm gonna have that Goshawk.
Mm-hmm.
7 to the Timberwolf. You know, just want to
Very
make
well.
your day go from bad to worse, brother. Tell me about it. I have a -1 to fire, or +1 to fire. And I'm gonna be burning heat this round. 7 hexes, I feel like probably just the large pulse lasers then. Well, I could do 3 medium pulse lasers. How you looking, Sid? How you looking? I think it's only 1 large pulse. Where's this Timberwolf? I don't really stand a chance of breaking through anywhere. Conceivably. I'll fire 3 medium pulse lasers at the Timberwolf.
Fun.
Okay, so he's a 3 pilot. He's 4 for his 4 choices in life. In regards to heat, he jumped, which brings him up to 7. You move 1, which brings him up to 8.
Yep.
It's at medium range, which brings him up to 10. -2 for pulse brings him back down to 8. 3 8 shots.
You also have targeting computer.
3 7 shots. Well,
Damn
that
Pondo.
uh,
Why?
right arm for 7 points of damage.
Okay.
I have to be fair, Sid.
I forgot to include my targeting computer, but I hit with everything, so I guess
Got
it
it.
doesn't matter.
It
Right
doesn't
torso 7.
Got it.
Left arm 7.
Got it.
Okay. I generate 12 points of heat plus 6, which is 18, and then 5, 23. My dissipation is 22, so I gain 1 point of heat. That's actually a really good round. I didn't get...
Is it?
For a mech on the run, taking a snapshot, I think that was an excellent round.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So you did gain more heat.
Next turn, I'm just gonna tell you, next turn, that thing is gonna land and turn all those machine guns onto the mech bay and start slaughtering infantry. Just look at it. Look at it. It was designed to slaughter infantry, sir. Built for
It
it.
won't make it to the bay, but you know.
Feel like it can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It lands at the dropship.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess so.
I
Well,
was like,
there's
it
still
can't
like a-
possibly do exact. Oh no.
Actually, the chances of it reaching the dropship are relatively high.
It's like 100%.
I miscounted.
I would like to take this moment to say I told you so.
Based on my calculations.
Well, the Hunchback 4P is there, and so is the Raven. So you know.
It's okay. It's okay.
It'll still get a round of fire in.
Yeah.
Well, that's what split firing is for. I'll let Rad shoot at my back, and look, that's next round's problems. Let's talk about this round's problems.
I'll go ahead and shoot. I'm going to go ahead and shoot with the Hunchback.
Okay, what are you shooting at?
I'm going to shoot at the Direwolf with the AC-20 and then 2 mediums.
That's a brave move. Where'd your duckling?
Let's see, you're 4-6, or 4-5. I ran, so it makes it 6.
He's shut down.
He shut down, so
Plus
it's minus
4.
4, so it makes it 2. And it's at medium range, which makes it 4. So I'm hitting at 4s. I'm going to spin an edge to make sure the AC-20 hits.
Succeed.
He only has winning.
No, that succeeds.
Center
Center
torso
torso.
takes 20.
Nice.
That's internal. It crits.
Crits once.
Excellent.
Nice to knock out some gyros so he can't stand
5,
back up.
5. You're a medium laser.
Ew.
Oh.
Take that. You
All right,
reject your
medium-
combat effectiveness by
You really showed me.
Medium laser 1.
Yeah.
Try hitting on 4. I'll hit. Right torso takes 5.
We like that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's where the AC-20 is, which is important. I was hoping to hit that torso, but it's fine. Really shoot off the arm.
Okay.
And then medium laser 2 hitting on 4s. I hit. Right torso again for another 5.
So with the most armor.
He's pretty softened up. This is going good. It's going good.
Yeah, it's going well.
Yeah,
so
next
far.
round he rises like a flaming god of death.
We'll see. Maybe.
We'll see. There's still a lot of hurt heading his way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it for me.
I mean, with the exception of the left leg, Cotton's Gauss rifle is going to penetrate anything he's got left.
Yeah.
That's okay.
The arm as well. Well, no, I guess.
I have several torsos.
You have exactly one torso you can afford to lose.
You have one torso that you can be okay losing. The other two are what we're after.
If I have anything left that I can shoot.
The elemental, can he shoot anything?
don't think
Nothing
you
is
can.
close enough. He's
Then
got to be
I
with
think you're done then.
him. Play out your round, friends.
I think Cotton should shoot next.
I agree.
Okie dokie. Because I jumped for 3, I start at 1, and I start another one because I'm injured, so I'm at 5. What is this shutdown thing?
-4.
-4.
So
So
I'm at 1s for everything.
Yep.
What are you firing?
Everything but 1 PPC.
I
I would
Why
fire
hold
everything.
back? Why hold back?
think you're at me.
Because I have 5 heat, and I want to dissipate it.
No, be fine. Go ahead.
This is our best chance to drop this behemoth, though.
No,
Sorry, I shouldn't be influencing you. Yeah, choose whatever you want to do.
I'm not shooting 1 PPC. Otherwise, I'll be at 13 heat, and I don't want to do that.
Oh, I didn't realize you were going to go up.
I will go up because I jumped. I'll build another 5 plus the 3 for jumping.
Oh, I didn't realize you were still. I didn't realize you were still building heat. Otherwise, I would have argued.
Yes, I will shoot everything but 1 PPC. So my Gauss rifle first. That hits. the
Right
laser.
torso, crits twice.
First twice.
Get it, girl.
I'm glad I softened up that torso now.
Yeah. Yeah, those medium lasers really did their job.
1-5 is the Ultra AC-20.
Excellent.
How many times does it have to be hit to not work anymore?
It doesn't work now. It needs a lot more for it to be destroyed. Second
fine.
fusion engine hit.
I'd prefer it.
Oh no,
wasn't.
sorry,
I
first
think
fusion engine
once.
hit.
It's the first one.
The other mech is a fusion engine.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Get some heat. Get some heat.
Next is my PPC. Which hits.
That'll hit.
Okay,
Center torso.
3 times.
Three times. She just. Holy shit.
Oh.
Hold, gentlemen, hold. It could survive this.
It could.
6-1 is a gyro.
It just might not be able to get back up.
That'd be nice too.
I mean,
It only takes.
a destroyed gyro would be the most ideal. 6-2 is a fusion engine. That's number 2. Another fusion engine will destroy this, but it will also completely annihilate the salvage inside.
Yeah, that's would be a little bit of a bummer.
3-5 is a gyro.
Sweet.
That
That's
is
what we
the
want.
ideal choice for you.
It's time for one of your classic
yes.
Harridan over the comms. Give up now.
Can you name one time that has ever worked?
No, but I mean, doesn't mean you should
Bandito
stop
will
trying
fuck it up halfway through.
The only time it's worked is because there's money at someone.
So the direwolf is officially destroyed?
No.
Okay,
It can't
so
stand up, but it can still fire its weaponry from the ground.
Next is my laser.
Okay.
Keep going.
How's that work? Only its shoulders or only its
Only
arms?
chest. It uses its arms to hold the chest up.
Only its chest. Okay.
That's his left arm.
Okay. 10 points of damage.
Yep.
It is internal.
It's 5,
It's only 5.
Okay.
5.
It's just a little laser.
and you need to give the internal center torso 5 more points of armor because it's only 10 damage for inner sphere.
Okay.
And then my last little laser. Also hits. Location 8.
The left torso.
Okay. Internal.
It does crit.
Better hope that this doesn't take out the fusion engine.
Fusion engine.
Or you guys
No,
are
I
going to
don't
be
care if
down.
I would actually prefer if it takes out.
It takes out the fusion engine.
Cool.
You just went from one salvageable dire wolf to a 100-ton paperweight that weighs 50 tons.
That's
It
fine.
is
Strong work, Cotton.
dead and gone, my friends. I had one chance to use a 100-ton war machine, and I blew it immediately.
Literally.
So, Vapor Eagle.
I
Let's
think you
talk,
want to
you
go
and
with
I.
Vapor Eagle.
I think you and I are going to have words. You're not shut down, though. I don't know if I can hit that damn thing. Let's see. I'm wounded for 2. I ran for 2 is 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hexes. So I'm at short range for my ERPPCs, medium range for medium pulses, and streak 6s.
I need to apologize to the YouTube, by the way. I forgot to stop recording the video during the break. I was like, all right, I did everything perfectly. I turned off the microphone, turned off the desktop audio, turned off my mic, closed the camera, forgot to stop the recording.
Editing.
I'm not going to
Okay,
edit this
so I'll be
video. You know,
rolling at-
that would take me like
7s.
20 minutes.
All right, so I'll be rolling at 7s for my ERPPCs and my medium pulses, and 9 for my streak 6. So we'll all fire all those at the Goshawk. PPC number 1. That'll hit. Right arm takes 15.
Right arm. Act.
PPC number 2 will miss. That'll also hit the same spot. Does anyone have any edge?
I'll spend a point of edge for it to hit.
Okay, it'll hit 15.
Okay.
Right torso.
Yep, and it crits.
Say it does crit.
It does crit.
What happened to those days where you guys couldn't get an encouragement to save fucking line?
I know, right?
1-3 is a jump jet.
I actually can't make it to the dropship now.
Yeah.
You can stand outside the dropship and shoot the people inside with fucking machine guns.
All right. Medium pulse laser number 1 will hit in your right arm.
So right torso, crits twice.
Crits twice.
Actually, it blows off the torso.
It will destroy the torso in the process.
And
Do
then
1 damage.
it does crit twice in the center torso.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Because you just lost 2 XL engines with the.
And I lost the targeting
Actually-
computer.
No, it lost the engine.
Lost the
already.
targeting computer.
It already lost that engine.
You already lost one of the engines.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Oh, no, no. No,
It's
actually,
on the
no,
other
it's-
side.
No, yeah, it's
a
down.
brick. Yep.
Boom. Well, I will open up comms. Enemy dropship. Our forces are on board your vessel. Your mechs are being swiftly dispatched. I suggest you surrender.
Okay. I want you to make a negotiation roll. You have hatred clans, right?
I do.
Okay. I want you to add your hatred clans modifier as a negative to your bonus.
I'll spend an edge preemptively for him.
Okay. How do you do that?
I just want to give it to him to spend.
I understand, but how do you aid him in this way?
Oh,
She looks at the Viper menacingly.
I blew up the dire wolf while he's saying this.
Enemy dropship.
Good answer.
Your mechs are being dispatched in short order. The other one drops.
I'll accept that.
I'll spend 1 also preemptively. And I help him by getting on the comms and be like, please don't surrender. I want to kill every fucking last one of you.
You have hatred clans as well, correct?
Yeah.
I would like you to add your hatred clans modifier to this roll as well. You can spend as much edge as you want, but I think you have like 2 or 3 hatred clans, right?
Now I have to open my sheet. Hang on.
And
I'll tell you how much it is, and then I'll tell you how much I spend to counteract it, and then still help anyway.
You're like, I want this so bad.
I mean, I obviously don't need any edge to win the fight, so. Compulsion, hatred, clans. Yep, I have 2.
This is
So
ridiculous.
I-
Now there are 2 of them.
I have 3 edge remaining, so I'll just spend it all to give you a +4.
Okay, so +4 and then +1 from Cotton is +5.
+2 from Cotton for pre-spent edge.
It's preempt.
What's your hatred to clans?
He doesn't have hatred clans.
Well, I took that into account because mine is.
Oh, okay. So you're +5 now.
And my negotiation is at a 4. And I'm wounded, so -2. So I have +7 in this roll.
Okay. The only way you can fail is if you roll double ones.
And I have a 14.
Okay. As your men begin storming the dropship with guns out, the dropship commander is just like, kill them all! Kill them all! And he like looks out the window and the direwolf explodes and then the Gothic explodes and he's just like, just in the ensuing distraction, he is gunned down, as are several of the officers. Dropship. I want to remind you, he only has a crew of like 5, so half the crew is already dead by the time this happens. Some data is corrupted, but the dropship is captured relatively intact. The remaining pilots commit bondsref by killing themselves and overloading their fusion reactors.
Cowards.
I don't want to hear that from you, motherfucker. You guys drew people into an ambush, declared that you would fight them on. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Elementals commit bondsref?
No, they'll be captured.
Oh.
Sweet. So we have 5 undamaged suits. We'll make them our bondsmen.
Sir, you have no idea how fantastic
Because
was
that
it.
worked so well for you last time.
We finally got to use tag.
Indeed.
After about a whole season and a half, we finally got to use tag.
So what I love about this situation is you're like, we finally got to use tag, and that's when over the comms your catapult pilot Crone is just like, "Sir, I haven't heard anything from you. Do I need to send missiles inbound?"
No, you're good.
Sir,
The battle's already over.
You're like, I didn't catch that. Repeat. He's like, Roger that. Shoot 2 more.
so we cut over to her catapult, and as she's like looking out over her tactical screen and receiving your data, we can see Pavel Radzik has already pulled out a bunch of beers on the back of the Long Tom. And he and his men are like taking a sunbathing session on the back of it, drinking some very light beer.
Listen,
I figured they already had that out while they're using Long Tom.
What the fuck?
my
You don't operate heavy artillery while inebriated.
Well, you don't, but
You don't.
easy there. This is
It's like if they don't, then they start getting the shakes, and that's why the rounds go off.
quite some lofty assumptions we're making there. I've recently been my shameful obsession has been listening to the band Little Big. Are you familiar with them? They have that really popular song that people do the stupid dance to. You know what I'm talking about?
The chicken dance?
No. I'll send you some links. It's not important. What matters is they're now how I mostly imagine the Long Tom crew at this point. They're like the Russian version of like Die Ain't Word, or however you say their name. You know what I'm talking about? The South American band that's
Yes.
super weird. They're weird as fuck. They're so weird. But I think it's like watching their music videos, like watching a train wreck. Like I can't look away. Like it's weird, and I don't really like it, but I'm also have to watch it. Anyway,
I don't know. I've always assumed that. Look, in the background of Westworld, there are like the Mexican gangsters that hang out with some of the main group. I feel like Pavel Radzik or the Russian version of that. They literally just sit around, drink alcohol, and they wait for someone to hit them with a whip and hang them from a tree, draining their blood for a blood transfusion for a small child. This world is weird. So weird. Friends, with the capture of one broadsword dropship, the following things happen. In 3 months' time, both Captain Harridan and the Baron have
Are
cloned
executed.
body parts that are grown. Which means you can now remove your cyber eyes disability and take off your VR goggles for the first time in years.
you're no longer Cyclops from the X-Men.
My God.
Oh, we also get the other Baron, our Baron.
My eyes aren't blue. What the hell is this?
Genetic variation, sir.
They were green last time.
Sir, just be glad you got them back.
They work?
They do work.
Yes, they work, but it's just
How do you
If
know
you
you're
got a
not
complaint, just
close
give
like
them
that?
back.
We can
What-
get you
what
some
would you say?
contacts, sir, to make them turn green again if you want.
right. Well, should be, yes. Right.
Did our handless Baron got his hands back?
Yes.
That's good.
Sweet.
2 weeks after the Lyran's touchdown, you receive a message from a jump ship, Black Rabbit.
Okay. I'll accept it.
So the jump ship is listed as the Canopian pleasure barge, The Wish, and the owner of that vessel is listed as you.
Okay.
So you accept the message, and the madam of the ship, wearing gosh, I can't remember what they're called. The Chinese dresses.
Kimono?
No, that's Japanese. Kipao? Is that the word? Does everyone know what I'm talking about when I say this though? Can you visually
so.
imagine? Well, sorry, what was it?
I think so. The ones with like the flowers on them and stuff.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
All right, excellent. She's there. She's got a long pipe with a thin bit of smoke. It's almost certainly drugs. She has a set of wolf ears that come out that have clearly been genetically enhanced for her. And she says, "Ah, greetings, madam. We have arrived. I regret to inform you of the passing of your parents."
I already knew they were dead.
Yes, obviously, a Comstar message travels faster than a jump ship. However, as per company regulations, you are now the commander of this particular vessel, Ambassador. And we have come to both pay our respects and ask for your orders.
Oh. One moment, please, and I just like put him on hold.
So back on the jump ship, the Wish, she's just like, the number of people that put me on hold are infinitesimally small. I think the last time it happened was during 3039. You can't hear me. I'm just talking into a wall right now. My fury is radiating.
I'm gonna go find the rest of the crew.
Okay.
Be like,
It's been 2 weeks since the last fight. We'll cut back in time to the post-battle, but yeah, you all are happy and healthy. Murder 6, you're back to 100% functionality. Your cyber eyes haven't been replaced yet, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask, is it okay that I melted the gate control system?
When you say that, there's a shadow on the wall behind you that looks like Countess Crow, but when you turn, there's no one standing there.
Bandito, you killed the leader of the clan invasion force on this planet by doing that. I don't care if you destroyed half the goddamn base to accomplish that.
Well, really, I killed a whole bunch of elementals. He somehow got out of that fine. He actually took more large lasers than I suspected someone could take.
You know, he spent a point of edge to get out of that. You're like, I don't know, I got out of that. Then we just flash back to all the times you've had to spend edge to not die. You're just like, it's impossible. It's literally impossible.
Like a scene out of Scott Pilgrim with just like a counter in the corner making video game noises every time he was supposed to die and didn't.
Bandito, if anything, killing him, the person who led this invasion, that was the most important thing out of that. A gate facility can be rebuilt, but the clan is losing someone like that. It's not easy to replace.
They might just straight up clone him again.
Yes, we'll let future Crows Black worry about that one. Besides, even if they do clone him again, it won't be the same person. They won't have his memories, right?
They'll have his
Not how it works, right?
No, but yeah, at the same time, they'll have all his records and everything.
Records. He died on such and such planets.
There's a thing called backing your data up onto a different drive to be used later.
See, you're taking all the fun out of this.
Yeah, I had to do that to myself to get it over with.
He's dead. You killed him. We're still alive. Let's just enjoy that for now.
Right.
Those Russians. I could use a drink.
Oh, they're doing Russian things.
Black Rabbit, you've walked in this conversation.
she's just gonna go right between those two and up to Ronan.
What?
Hey, Ronan, have you ever run a pleasure circus or anything like that?
No.
Sorry, wait, what?
That's the weirdest question
People,
anyone's
right?
ever asked me. Say what?
You're good with people, right?
I guess.
So theoretically, you might possibly know how to run a pleasure circus, right?
Well, that's a stretch.
I look at Bandito like,
being good with people and being able to run a multi-million-dollar corporation on a multi-million-dollar vessel is, I mean, sure, there's a line that connects those two dots. I'm not sure where I'm at on that line.
What's this weird hypothetical?
More like $500 million. Okay.
Okay.
Is that type
Half
of
a billion is multi-million.
A Canopian pleasure circus. They're very common.
Are they very common?
I own one.
no.
You do?
Wait, what?
You own a circus?
I do. Well,
What?
technically, my parents owned it and then they died, so I have it.
Oh,
What?
I'm sorry that happened.
Well, I'm sorry your
I
parents.
spent a lot of time with there when I was a kid. She just,
Sure.
What?
Are you inviting me to the circus?
Do you want to go to a pleasure circus?
I've never been to a pleasure circus. Do you recommend it?
Sure.
All right.
Do you like things that are questionable in their legality?
You're speaking my language.
What is happening right now?
She just puts a hand on Ronan's shoulder and she goes, everything's legal in Canopia,
Wow.
except the bad stuff.
Bandito, I don't know what's going
Okay.
on.
I think she's richer than you, sir. Is
All right.
what I'm
That
understanding.
doesn't make sense. Very
I mean,
rich.
I've
Wait,
never.
he's rich?
Who's rich?
He's moderately wealthy compared to you, apparently.
How do you consider moderately wealthy?
He
Because
doesn't.
he's never owned anything that looked all that expensive to me.
Just
He's
look
like,
at
I've never
Bandito.
worn the same dress twice, and I've seen him wearing a suit at least 3 times.
I just look at Bandito and I just blink a few times with a blank expression on my face, and I just churn and just slowly start walking away.
Doesn't walk much like a rich person.
That's going to take at least a week from recover from that.
But
Or
they're,
my-
I have them on hold. They
As
want
he's wearing
orders.
like a
I don't know
$10,000
what
suit.
to do.
Oh, there's like a whole circus waiting for you to tell them what to do.
He like shows like the on hold, I don't know what to tell them to do.
Where are they at right now?
I here.
Oh, well, I mean, this is a whole planet of stressed out people that just got done with being invaded by a extra galactic enemy force. I mean, maybe having a circus around is a good idea. It
She'll like reopen the call.
might be a lot of potential business around.
So
I don't
is
know.
this, instead of opening it from your room, you're now just opening it like on your phone?
You know what else you could do?
Yeah.
Is you could
I-
you could run like a special, like post-invasion blowing off steam, and you could sponsor Crow's Black, and Crow's Black could sponsor a special that let people use your circus at a discounted rate to garner a bunch of like positive public opinion about Crow's Black.
So this
Just
call's
wanna
been
let you know,
open the
call's been
whole time.
open.
And she's
costing
just
like
she's
tens
blowing
of
out
thousands
Gandalf
of-
style O-rings with her drug smoke.
Yeah. Ronan doesn't have any concept of any of that. She's just like, I mean, these people could use a circus, I guess. I mean,
Yeah, you might want to advertise to the planet. I think they'd enjoy a circus. Our circus. Our
right?
circus.
Your circus.
My circus.
There you go. So she's still
Harridan
talking
like burst back into the room and just and
Excuse
then
me, I'm on
turns
a
around and
conference call right now. That's what she does when Harridan comes back.
she's like, no, you
It'll be a
just
week and a half.
you wait. Are you talking to me still, or are you talking to the person on the phone now?
I told that to the person on the phone that we could advertise down here. There has been a war, so they probably do want some time to relax.
So the
We
woman
should-
on the call is still just sitting there waiting for you to
She's
figure
saying
this
that to the woman. She's talking to you now.
You are ambassador of this. Whatever
Oh.
you wish, fulfill. This is, after all, a wish. Where all your dreams come true. Wish to offer free service to all of your compatriots. we will be more than capable of hosting such honored guests.
All of my friends here? Sure. I'm not sure if Harridan could afford it. He seemed pretty shocked and left in a huff.
I mean, did you see his shoes? Not the shoes of a rich person.
You are speaking of Captain Maxwell Harridan,
Yes.
the knight.
He's a
I have
knight?
his credit rating here. He could afford several days on board the ship. His accounts are
okay.
considerable.
That's good to know.
I just lean over towards the speakerphone. I'm like, could he own his own pleasure circus?
No.
Okay.
If his
don't
family was to liquidate all of their assets, according to this information, he might be able to rent out the whole ship for a month.
But he has more money than I thought he did.
I feel like I need to talk to the commander.
Ambassador, I apologize for interrupting
raise.
your eclectic communion here, but have you given any thought to future endeavors? Beyond just this week.
Let me think about it while you're here, since...
Well, it's a 5-day dropship transit, so I will see you in 5 days.
Yes, I will. I'll think about it then.
I'll see you in my office then.
Okay. Thanks for your call.
She hangs up.
Well, she seems nice.
It's probably the drugs.
Yeah, maybe. What are you going to do with your whole own circus?
I don't really know. I mean, I intended to take it over in 20 or 30 years
Hmm.
when my parents died naturally.
Well, do you want to run it now, or you want to get somebody else to run it until you want to?
Currently, I have another mission that's more pressing than this, but I don't want the circus to go downhill in that time. It's been in the family for a few generations.
Then I think it's time for a shopping montage where you spill all of your guts about what your current mission is.
Are you saying that in character or out of character?
Yes, in character, she said.
What, you want to go shopping?
Well, I'm poor and you're not. Now that I know you own a circus, I have no shame in asking you to buy me things. So
I bought you things earlier. I already knew
I
you.
know, and they're wonderful. They're the nicest things I've ever owned.
Bandito, do you want some non-poor people clothes?
It was like, these are the nicest clothes I've had for a while.
Is that a no?
I need time to comprehend the situation and also update the log and records.
Does Harridan want non?
No, he'll be about a week and a half drinking scotch. In fact, we're probably gonna have to get more of that soon. We probably about have a 3-day supply right now.
What's wrong with him anyway?
It's just a thing that rich people go through.
I've never been through that.
As you were all talking, you see Harbinger and 2 nobility in full dress uniform with service pistols go marching information towards Harridan's quarters. These people don't belong on the base, obviously. Maybe Harbinger does, but these guys, you've never seen them before.
Do they have, so I don't know what like our protocols are as far as base security and things like that. Do they have some sort of like badge or something they've been issued like at the gate to designate that they have signed in or checked in, or they're like
No,
accounted for
instead
personnel?
they have armbands indicating that they're with the Planetary Council.
Okay. And that would, in theory, that would give them the authority to be here.
Sure, I mean, in the same way that the police would raid a compound.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we gotta deal with that now.
So Harridan, are you in your quarters when the fuzz arrive?
Yeah, I will have. Well, I will have gone to my office. I'm sure the paperwork after this entire clan invasion would have been monumental.
Oh yeah. There's a knock on the door, and it opens from the outside without your access key. And Harbinger and two very large men with very large pistols, their hands on the unbuckled pistol grips, are standing there.
Well, that's a bit hostile of an entrance there. What can I help you out, gentlemen, with? And I lace my fingers and rest my wrists on the desk.
Sir Harridan, you're being charged with crimes against the Commonwealth.
Did you be more
We'd like you to surrender peacefully.
Oh, very well. I would like to ask one favor, though. If I'm going to be taken into custody, I would respect no cuffs in front of my people. It doesn't do well for morale, you see.
So Harbinger, you can see one of the guys next to you is already just like pulling like massive arm restraints off of his belt.
Kind of put my hand down a little bit. Like, I think that we can trust the good knight to come in quietly. I know this man.
So yeah, these other two guys are like, the one guy still has a hand on his pistol, and the other guy's just looking at Harbinger, just like, die, I want you to die.
Jesus. Gentlemen, I've fought long and hard to eliminate the clans from this planet, so you could come here and arrest me today. I have foreseen this eventuality. There will be no resistance from me.
So the guy with his hand on the pistol is just like, sir, we're going to need you to stand up and come with us. You understand your rights as a noble. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of noble law.
Of course. I'm going to be standing up slowly now. Don't worry. You're in control. I keep a very non-aggressive attitude. Yeah, I'm not going to resist them.
You're like, I'm moving unnecessarily fast, jerky motions.
I'm going to remove a long, cylindrical black metal object from my pocket.
I stick both my hands down my pants abruptly.
And I do a flash dance pose.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just always think of these scenes where a dude's got like multiple cop guns drawn on him, but he's just like, I'm going to reach for the gun on my back. I think I can outdraw him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Harridan, you won't be joining the rest of the party when they go to the pleasure circus because you'll fail.
Knew it was coming.
I think Bandito now has to do the paperwork, actually.
When I see those guys walking towards the office, I want to try and reposition myself in my conversation with Black Rabbit to where I know that when they come out, Harridan will be able to see me.
Yes. So Harridan's being led in front of the three of them.
Okay. And I just want to make like the significant PC glance of, do you want me to kill these people?
Yeah, as soon as I see her standing there, I just give her the slow
Okay.
shake.
It almost looked like you did a nod for a second.
Mm.
It's like, thought about it for a second, but nah.
All right. And I pull out a communicator and I try to get Crystal off on the phone to let her know what's going on.
She answers almost immediately. This is the Countess.
Yes, ma'am. Are you aware that Captain Harridan is currently being arrested by the planetary forces?
I've just been informed.
Okay, just wanted to make sure you were aware. They're
The warrant
on
is
their
legitimate,
way,
unfortunately.
leaving the premises. Is there anything you need me to do?
Could have someone with a helicopter waiting. It would appear that I will also need to travel to the capital.
Roger. It'll be at your personal helipad. I don't know, or helipad one or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'll spin your crew up immediately.
Understood.
And then I get on the phone to the next person about whoever I'd have to talk to do that.
Sure. Black Rabbit, it seems like it's just you and Ronan going to the dropship to head out into space. So, here's my question. Do you try to take the Crow's Black dropship? Or do you catch a commercial flight up to?
So the circus can't land. It's like an orbital.
No, the circus is a jump ship.
Okay.
So drop ships have to travel from the planet, connect to it, do their business for whatever amount of time that the jump ship has allotted. Then they disconnect, and the jump ship jumps to the next system.
There aren't like so when you say commercial ships, are there ships that are specifically designed to go from like orbit to, you know what I mean, like back and forth, just that distance?
No.
So you got to get on like a full-on
Drop ship, yes.
drop ship.
Yes.
That's weird to me, but okay. There are no like
She can
orbital
afford
transit.
it, so.
Sure. Okay. I mean, that's up to Black Rabbit whether or not she wants to. I don't think she can take our military drop ship.
You cannot.
I just wanted to know if there's a record of you asking to do so. You know, who knows what rich people are gonna do, right? Like, oh, can I borrow the drop ship?
No, once I've done my job and been like, hey, Harridan's been arrested, I'm fully ready to just fuck off with Black Rabbit and be like,
Yeah, I have a
I
feeling
got 2 weeks worth of vacation. I'm taking them all right now.
Do you take anybody else on base, or is it just the two of you?
Well, I'll invite Rapier and Bandito.
Okay, Rapier is definitely in.
I'd invite the
100%.
whole unit,
Gets pulled back because Bandito now has to do paperwork.
or at least all the Mech Warriors.
Sorry, I tried getting it done.
No, Rapier's going. Rapier's just like, look, I was on one of these things back in 33. It's gonna be amazing. I was just a wee lad at the time, but
Be like, I've been putting away a small portion of every paycheck I've ever gotten
after
for the last
seeing
20
the
years.
Black Rabbit like turns to Rodden and she goes like, "Do you know what a pleasure circus is?"
Do I?
You.
No. I mean, only what you told me.
Okay.
Everything's legal except for the bad stuff, which I thought the bad stuff was always. Never
All
mind.
right. I
It's an
want to see
adventure.
if I can take vacation. And then maybe I can go. I want
mean-
to guess the answer is no.
are you gonna ask Crystal Loft?
Yes.
All right. She's just like,
I want to invite the Countess too.
okay, the count. You invite the Countess. All right. You call her up.
Everyone
She's
bucks off to a
she's
flish.
holding on to a boarding strap for a helicopter, and all you can hear is the whooshing noises in the background. She's just like, no, I'm afraid I'm a bit busy now, but I just got a request from Bandito. You can all take vacation.
We're not going to need you for a while.
Vacation?
I don't know what you think going to a pleasure circus will entail, but I assume it's a vacation.
Oh, I forgot you had to like tell
Ask.
people you were leaving work.
Yes. And the dropship transit days will count against your vacation time.
Okay.
You need to talk to Bandito as the unit's executive officer. He needs to inform you of several... We don't have an adjutant anymore to talk to you about this.
Damn it, we don't.
Are you sure you don't want to go?
I would love to go.
She's just screaming louder and louder as the helicopter pulls away.
Unfortunately, I have to make sure that Harridan is not burned at a stake.
Yeah, I've been subpoenaed.
Oh, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time, Sergeant.
Really, it's just like, oh my god, I can't even handle this conversation.
She hangs up.
Is Harbinger still like hanging around the base?
I mean, he's getting in a military helicopter with Harridan.
She's like, hey, did you want to go to this? Oh,
Yeah, she's
yeah,
like
you look
getting-
kind of busy.
She's like arresting Harridan. She's like, "Hey, do you want to go to a pleasure circus?"
You got time. This is your only job for the whole month, right? Like,
Wants to arrest Harridan.
your port is currently nuclear slag. People are getting stuff out of it. It's non-functional. You don't have to any security duty.
I'd love to, but I feel like Harridan's going to get shanked if I don't escort him back to the.
Maybe.
Well, you can get him there and then get on the dropship.
I'll meet you.
Meet you at the dropship. I want to send a message over to.
Harridan's getting set up for a witch hunt trial, and everyone's just gonna fuck off to a pleasure ship. Well,
So
it'll happen.
we still have the one Baron on our facility, or has he been taken? Kirsch, or
You
has
have
he been taken back?
You have
both bears.
Kirsch is currently in a med bay because it's
Okay.
going to take 2.5 months more before he's functional.
All right. I sent a text message to Citadel and being like, "Hey, your whole crew is invited to the pleasure circus.
Bandito's not actually
We're
going.
departing on this dropship at this time."
I mean, you've invited Harbingers, so that's basically the whole crew.
Thanks for inviting all of the character witnesses I could possibly have.
Yeah.
Bandito's
When
not.
Black Rabbit just starts like willy-nilly inviting people, Ronan's just like, "Fuck, I'm gonna invite everybody I know." She just starts going through her phone.
She's just gonna she comes upon Bubba in your
Aw.
phone.
Bubba would have loved the circus.
I invite the lady from her from the factory, right, that we talked to.
She sends you back a blank form, like, thank you, but no, I'm afraid that I'm busy. I can't take 2 weeks time off to travel 10 days there and back. I'm sure it'll be amazing.
Blank company representative will not be able to attend the event in question, but
I just sent back some crying face.
your request. Thank you for thinking of us. We hope to see you again soon.
Signed, Madge Dawson.
Okay.
They are not going to take Swargula's widow and kid out to a pleasure circus.
Out to a giant space
Technically,
whorehouse.
a pleasure circus is not the place for children,
Yeah.
from
Yes.
what I've read.
Yeah, but anything goes.
Mature adult entertainment. No, just
Kids
don't
in there
no.
drinking whiskey.
No.
6-year-old with whiskey in one hand and a slot machine.
So I want to just juxtapose scenes here real quick. Harridan, the first thing we see is you before a noble court. It's clear that this is like days into the trial. And your interrogator says, I want you to answer yes or no to the following questions. Did you come to this planet, Kolovrati, and attempt to join a terrorist organization?
I just look around. In order to destroy
Yes
them,
or no question, Sir Harridan. Everybody in the gallery is just like shocked. They're like, oh!
Now, out of character, will there be any attempt at, defense, cross-examination, or anything like that?
Yep.
Okay. Yes.
Have you ever been accused and condemned as a traitor for attempting to murder the Archon?
Yes.
When you illegally boarded a privately owned sea vessel, were you warned by the captain about the consequences?
Think back for a moment.
Last time I was on the show with you
Yes.
guys.
The answer is yes.
Like, just give an unnecessarily long pause.
You
Yes.
can hear the clock in the background of the courtroom going on. Do you take responsibility for your actions that led to the death and serious radiation poisoning of dozens of civilians during that action?
No.
Everyone is shocked. Someone is just like, he doesn't take responsibility for his actions. The judge is like fanning himself. He's like, order! I will have order in this court! Silence in the courtroom! It's literally just one person talking. Sir Harridan, you do not take responsibility for your actions. Am I to understand this correctly?
I do not take responsibility for the results of what occurred in that incident. No.
The record will reflect. He says it with like a very grim import, as if like you fucked up really badly. Self-important, 100%.
I glare back at him like, you fucked up really badly.
He's like, he gives you a glare that's like, I'm a judge.
No, I don't say that. I just give him the look.
Such
Okay.
communicative glares.
Yeah, I know. He just gives you the, I'm a judge. I'm responsible for your life or death. We cut over to Black Rabbit, Ronan, Bandito.
I wasn't going.
I mean, you have an open invitation if you'd like to go.
Sure, they
No,
go from the scene in the courtroom to Bandito being held up by like 3 people, his face half painted, just going, woo!
Rapier, several of the nobles, including Harbinger, maybe James.
I do
James
have
is
a question.
yes.
If we go here, so we won't be able to help Harridan at all?
Don't worry, he'll be in court for months.
Okay. Are you sure you don't want to go, Bandito?
Yes, I have to take care of the unit.
The Countess is still here.
No, she's trying to keep. She has political things to worry about.
Your vacation was approved that apparently we have to take.
Yes, but in all good conscience, I cannot go.
She's trying to talk him into it, and Ronan's in the background, just like walking off me, like, "Okay, bye."
Is it because you're poor? It's free.
Because of what? I think I got some hearing problem. What'd you say?
Is it because you're
Oh, I love how Black Rabbit thinks that everybody's problem is that they're poor.
I mean, compared to her, that is the problem for everybody
Yeah.
else.
That's what Harridan was pouting about.
He was only halfway pouting about that, I think.
He's more pouting because you insulted his clothes. The clothes
No,
that cost more money than most people earn in 6 months.
Do you know what, Bandito? I barely know anybody in this unit. And it would be really nice to actually know the people that I've almost died for. A little bit.
Oh my god, a human moment.
Take as many of the unit you want. I got paperwork to do that I don't feel like doing back after getting shit-faced for several days straight.
So this doesn't matter to you?
We could talk after you get back.
Bandito.
You're not there, get out of here.
She just kind of rolls her eyes and stomps off.
Okay. Now, how much does a new gate operation control system cost?
He's flipping through like the industrial catalog of fortress gates.
Fortunately, Foundation Industrial Works has several subsidies to do this exact kind of work. They're willing to offer you a hefty friendship discount, especially for all those survivor benefits for the 15 guys that got killed. The pilot of your dropship, Melissa Akron, invites herself, and her ex-boyfriend also invites himself as a result.
What?
Halvey?
Howler.
Yeah, Howler.
Well, okay, so Prince got invited, so
Howler's coming?
invited-
Yeah, she said she's inviting everybody from the unit, right?
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Harridan didn't get an invitation.
That's because
Yeah,
you're
he
in
did.
prison.
He just can't check his email.
Yeah, I sent him one as he was getting arrested.
I was going to say she invites everyone.
It wasn't just an invitation, it was an
Invite everybody,
RSVP.
yeah.
It was embossed. She sent it by hand.
It gets delivered to his jail cell.
We sent out.
It's
we sent out,
actually
like,
Verifax, which is the Comstar thing where you have to
Yeah.
put a drop of blood on it to confirm that it's you.
we sent out some really nice save the dates for like 2 days from now.
They're reading that in the jail cell.
He's an 8-hour court session. 6 days later, as you all dock with the Wish, what are your first impressions? Harbinger, Ronan, Black Rabbit. The madam is there to meet you. With her little wolf ears, they both twitch when they see everybody on this dropship that's coming off. You know, like the normal tourists and people from the planet are all getting off, and then there's like a half of a mercenary unit, survivors, that have 2 weeks of constant conflict, are all just like milling about, waiting for Black Rabbit to do something, and the
I feel
madam is just
the
like,
Russians just blow past her.
Russians didn't come.
Oh, they don't come?
They don't need to go to a
What?
pleasure circus to have fun.
That's true. Their whole life is a pleasure circus.
Yeah, that's true.
They are the pleasure circus of the unit.
So Harbinger's nobility, so he's probably actually been to one of these before.
Interesting. All right. Yeah. I mean, she's judging all of you up. It's pretty clear that she's already got all of your credit scores and, you know, shoe sizes, height, weight.
Ronan never strays more than like 4 inches from Black Rabbit. Once she realizes this is a giant space den of sin, she's incredibly uncomfortable and just like, oh my god.
I mean, let's be clear here. There's like a go-kart track. There's a 0G roller coaster, but there's also mature adult entertainment, you know?
Yeah, she thought it was going to be like, you know, circus
It
casino.
is. No, it's like
Vegas.
Cirque du Soleil, but also where you can bang on the side.
Yeah, right. Like literally, on
and
the
maybe
side
get some
of, like,
really
the
heavy
walkway.
drugs.
Yeah.
So the whole place is an embassy, so technically you're on foreign soil while you're here.
She's also going to keep an eye on Rapier and look for sometime over the course of the time that they're here. She's going to look for an opportunity to engage with Rapier on a conversational level.
mean, if you're not straying more than 4 inches from Black Rabbit, then Rapier's fucking gone.
No, it'll be a couple days before she gets comfortable enough to, you know,
Look at the
branch
pleasure
off.
circus.
and try and find Rapier.
Okay. Black Rabbit, what do you do during your time on the Pleasure Circus?
The first thing she does is meet with the woman.
The madam? Yeah, she takes you to her office, which is a luxury suite above the bridge. So it's still got, you know, a half spherical outer wall that completely transparent, can see out into the starscape. The ship has just enough momentum gravity to keep like low G orbit, and so she's just kind of floating around and is like, Ambassador, how fortuitous to see you in person. It has been some time. I believe you barely came up to my waist the last time I saw you.
Probably.
How have you been enjoying your excursion?
She just goes, it's been so horrible, and she just starts bawling.
She comes over to you, and she's got like a thing of incense and tea. All of it is familiar Canopian goods. You know, it smells like home. She's like, there. It's quite all right. You can return with us. We'll go back to Canopus.
I have to finish my service.
It's a mercenary corporation. We can pay them to sever your contract. I assure you, we have the funds.
I need to avenge my parents' death.
The only way you can do that is by heading back to Canopus. You're on the wrong side of the inner sphere. That vile man, he's still spreading rumors about you back home.
I assumed. But I don't think I can do it alone, and I was hoping with this group I could get some reinforcements eventually.
You were hoping to take a mercenary company across the entire inner sphere to lead a personal mission against your accuser? Okay.
Is Ronan allowed to come into this meeting with her?
No.
This is like the first thing.
No.
Okay, all right. She's sitting outside in a waiting room. Just like,
Out of character, Harridan's totally down. So.
With the right paycheck.
Yeah.
She's just like, the
Afford it.
cost would be enormous. It would take millions of sea bills just to move the unit out there. Months of transit. Surely that money could be better spent hiring a local mercenary force or even assassins to remove this Stavros character. Do you need to do this yourself?
Do it myself.
It's so second act. It's like a play, a tragedy. Do you intend to stab him through the heart and then take poison at the end of this all? I feel like I could produce this story.
I would prefer to expose him
As what?
before he dies.
He was a successful spy. He tricked you. What would you expose him as?
Not everybody in Canopia knows that.
Enough people know it. He at home brags about his conquest over you and your unit. The Taurian Concordant has used you as a propaganda tool. The weak Canopian woman, easily seduced by the strong, conquered up man, led astray and tricked.
Preferably, I want his entire country to hate him. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet.
I don't think that this mercenary company will be of use in that particular endeavor.
You know,
Getting people
they're
to hate
really
us.
good at getting people to hate them. So
So
take
I
notes of
gathered.
what they do, and I can just do all of that to him.
Unfortunately, he would need to do it to himself, so unless you intend to send those notes to him...
I need time to figure out everything that went on there. And the only way I can do that is away.
Ambassador, I don't think it would be untoward to say that you are like a extremely distant niece to me. And I would be remiss if I didn't say that this was the most extreme edge of folly. The level of resources that you have at your disposal to deal with this man greatly exceed this mercenary company, but you would have greater avenues using other approaches. Is it truly so necessary to drag these people and their families and lives across the inner sphere to embarrass him? It would be so much easier to kill him in the dark.
I was trying to find a way to do this without killing him.
I have information from several clients who I've spoken to over the last few days. They indicate that your mercenary unit is not all that it appears to be. That it is a black operations group for Lyran intelligence. Have you had any inkling of this?
I don't think so.
We cut back to the Lyran intelligence guys just hanging out in your base for the last 2 weeks.
Manny goes there.
I thought that they said that they were like taking cover from the assault with us.
Yes.
So
just so you know, the unit, I don't think the rest of the players have ever informed your character or Ronan, but the unit actually is a secret mercenary Black Ops unit.
She has no idea of that in character.
Does Ronan know?
We were kind of busy, you know.
I mean, it's not something you talk about, right?
No.
This is literally the plot of Eureka 7.
We were getting around to it.
Were we?
I have it on very good authority, ma'am. It would be perhaps wiser to influence your superiors to utilize Lyran intelligence services. The Lyran's Loki unit could very easily use their terrorism capabilities to smear this man's reputation, perhaps take his family hostage or kill his loved ones, just ruin his life in gentle and general ways rather than outright murder, landing on his planet with a company of Battlemechs. And
I was unaware they had a connection to the Lyrans. There was a few in our base, but I thought they were there for war. They were only there for
planet.
right, but you're mercenaries. You just go where the work is. It sounds as if you have much to speak with your superiors about. I would greatly recommend this intelligence avenue, utilizing your unit's special connection with Lyran intelligence rather than uprooting everybody and going across the inner sphere. I know it seems reasonable to you, ma'am, but that's because we, on the Wish, will do whatever you wish. We are hardly the average.
Thanks for that information, though.
It is very important that you are served with whatever you need to make your decisions. Now, I have several portfolios as to where we could go on our travels. I was thinking that these clan invaders have been leaving a trail of wounded warriors and such in their vanguard. Inner sphere veterans who might require special services. and that if we were to transit to such planets ahead of the clan invasion, we could make a considerable profit without tempting the war zone too indiscreetly.
I don't want you guys putting yourselves in danger at all.
It's
But I do
space.
trust judgment.
Well, if you'll just sign here, then we'll depart in 2 weeks.
So like a something to read.
Yes, yeah, no, she's got a 5-year plan for the transit of this jump ship across the inner sphere. She wants to head ahead of the clan invasion in a U.
She'll just like read through it real quick. And then
There's lots of like licensing fees and like local laws that are required and like special. It lists clientele on each planet who has particular preferences that the ship will need to be retooled for.
okay. Is there a way to recourse this if something happens?
Anytime.
Sounds good to me then.
So Ronan, the door opens and the madam is showing Black Rabbit out.
I stand up abruptly and walk with Black Rabbit.
She's
This is
definitely
like
not crying.
first thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, she's still super uncomfortable. What, Black Rabbit is crying?
She's definitely not.
Oh, not crying. Okay, definitely not.
Doesn't
crying.
look like she was ever crying.
Definitely doesn't look even the slightest bit red-eyed. Okay, got it.
Harbinger?
She's just immediately like, "How did it go? Is everything all right? Or is this your circus now? Like what?"
But yeah, it's my circus. Do you want to do something?
Whatever you want to do. Go-karts, maybe. I don't know.
You take the lazy river.
Yeah.
You got 2 little cute floaties on your arms.
Yeah.
She'll Black Rebel would take Ronan to the less extreme places after seeing her.
Yes, that's good.
Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, she'll take her to like the Cirque du Soleil and
Zero G gymnastics.
We're gonna avoid Bourbon Street and
The red light district.
the opium
and I'll
den.
take it to the robotic mermaids that I saw the pictures of.
Yeah,
Yes.
sweet.
Yeah. Harbinger, what do you do during your time on the pleasure circus? You're nobility. People can smell it, right? And you've got a free pass on board.
So I think Harbinger is trying to forget that he just arrested his good friend Harridan, and so is drinking his way through the most expensive whiskey that he can get his hands on.
Excellent. While that is happening,
I told him, "Don't worry about it." I knew this was coming.
there's a phone call for you. It's being routed through the dropship to your personal terminal. To you at the bar, and the bartender's just like, "Sir, I believe that your mobile is ringing."
What? Harbinger here.
This is Interrogator William Williamson. Are you drunk, sir?
It's not a very polite thing to say.
Are you drunk?
I was calling you so I could
I'll
get
talk
an
to the one of you
attestation
over
of your
there, though.
character. Sir,
Yes.
this is a courtroom. Shall I arrange for us to call back tomorrow? You are listed as a witness in the defense of one Sir Maxwell Harridan.
Right.
So I imagine I can see this.
Yes. It's happening in the courtroom on full television. Shall I call back tomorrow? Perhaps around... When do you get started? Noon?
I lean over to
11
my
a.m. work for you?
Is he up on that jump ship?
That
I mean, you see
That might be
Rapier
for the
walking
best.
around in the background. He's doing the fucking Egyptian walk. For some reason, he's wearing a toga.
So like Harbinger's like one functioning neuron fires at this point. Goes, that might be for the best. Yes.
All right.
Stay
Write
alive.
down 11 a.m. and that's
Make it 10.
full of Rati local time. Please set your alarm accordingly.
Alexa.
Don't do that. Don't do that. People listen to this show. All right. I understand that you're doing that.
Comstar, set alarm, please.
Your local Comstar app. Bandito.
Yes.
Things at the base are pretty calm. Your unit has apparently been given a meritorious citation for their actions in the recent conflict.
I guess on the sheet of paper it says, for Crow's Black, except Maxwell Harridan.
Yeah.
No, the Lieutenant General Kristen Marn has listed you as a person of high honor. He is scheduled to speak at your defense. However, there is one message, Bandito, for you. It is from Major Jenkins in Mercenary Liaison Command. He was hoping that he could be reconnected with the young woman he had spoken to before for a social occasion.
She is currently.
It's an email, not.
Okay. I think Bandito's reply back. She is currently on vacation. She will not be back for some quiet time. I can, as the XO, I can speak with you if you wish.
After about 4 hours, you get a reply saying, asking for her personal communication number for a private talk, non-official business.
Okay. Just Bandito will reply and give him the number.
Okay.
Dude, you can't do that. First rule of business is you never hand out your employees' private information.
Well, it's her business communicator, or it's the mercenary group's communicator, probably. Now, if Rona actually has the communicator on her, then there. If she doesn't, then it's like, oh well.
Oh, so you give
Can
him
verify his identity. It's probably spoofed.
You give him her business number? Is that what you're saying?
Give her mercenaries.
Okay, not her like personal cell phone, but like
No,
her
not
Crow's Black issued cell phone.
ID.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, then you just get a scene of like a bed with a phone sitting on it buzzing with no one in the room. I'm not gonna carry around her work phone while she's at the pleasure circus.
Well, you have 6 messages waiting for you, inviting you to dinner on 6 separate occasions.
Dinner on the pleasure circus?
No.
Oh, okay.
On
What
planet.
is this? I don't know who this person is.
This is the mercenary liaison officer that you spoke with.
Mercenary liaison officer. Where was that at?
You negotiated the contract with him for 700 and something million.
At the factory?
The dude where we negotiated the contract.
He was on a dropship that was
He
landing.
gave us a shit ton of money for us to sit on our butts, and we're
Yes.
like,
Oh,
how
okay.
how about instead of sitting on our butts, we stay to this area, but we try and take this dropship to
The Lyran guy.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Don't worry. By the
Um,
time you get back, he'll be off planet.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll tell him can't wait.
I mean, do you have your phone?
I mean, if I come back and I have messages, I'll send him back a message, right?
Okay. All right.
It'll be like, oh, that's awesome. And then like, I'll wait a minute or two, and then I'm like, oh, but I don't get back until this date. Does
Okay.
that work for you? Knowing that it won't work for him, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Then I feign super sadness as it was just not meant to
So
be.
many emoji.
Yeah.
Black Rabbit? Is there anything else you do on
Whereas
board?
the emojis you send, you have to ask Black Rabbit how to type them.
Yeah.
She just wants to like walk around and look at how it's being run.
There's a lot of individual choice on the part of the entertainers. They pick their clients rather than the other way around.
It's fair.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to check privately with our good friend Harbinger, aka Gleemo, and also Grimdark James, to see if either of them will vouch for you as a form of nobility.
I was. Is the Lyran intelligence people still at the base?
Yes, they are.
Can I speak with them?
Absolutely. That will lead to a great scene right here. So you go to speak with the Pine Tree Station officers. They are in the process of releasing their captive.
Which is this the one night from before?
They are releasing Lady Isobel Trohan.
Yes.
So they've taken her restraints off and have returned her military clothing to her and are preparing to escort her out of the building.
She looked like she's been like just absolutely wrecked, or
Nope.
Oh,
no,
okay.
She's got her head held high, and there is both disdain and smugness in her glance towards you as she looks down her nose.
That's nice.
So the leader of Pine Tree Station moves to step between you and her very smoothly, and just make sure to keep him between, both targets.
I'm not gonna. She's fine to go. I don't care at the moment.
I see.
I'd rather not cause more problems than there already are.
Her intelligence has been exceedingly useful to the Lyran intelligence community.
She made a deal.
What intelligence is this?
I'm afraid you aren't authorized to know that.
Of course.
Lieutenant.
Right. I have a question about one particular.
Are you speaking to her or are you speaking to him?
Who am I speaking to? Him, not her.
Okay.
I have a question about one of my, well, I guess, I don't know, former Crimson. Is she released to go, or do I need to look for a new sergeant in charge?
We would love to keep her services on, but as there is no longer a state of emergency on planet, she will be returned to your mercenary command.
Okay. Is there another question being is
it might be wiser for your unit to distance yourselves from her.
Okay.
Several of the measures she took against Comstar personnel were rather extreme.
So I've heard. Is that really the only reason why?
Well, it turns out that Comstar doesn't look kindly on people lighting their priests on fire.
What?
Yeah, she did that several times.
There will be an investigation, and despite our best efforts to interfere with it, Comstar is exceedingly capable when it comes to intelligence work.
They are pretty much at the tippy top of that.
I highly suspect that at some point in the future, she will wake up with a bag on her head, and a very plausible story as for why she's missing.
So what you're telling me is that I get to have her back. I really should consider looking for a new sergeant at arms later. Got it.
Well, normally in this sort of situation, one would join a mercenary corporation and move to the other side of the inner sphere, but she's already done that, so...
But Comstar is kind of hard to do that, considering that they're everywhere.
Yes.
Okay.
As I said, you may want to consider finding a new sergeant.
All right. Is there any information that you know about this case with this trial with Harridan?
So, as you say that, Lady Trohan tilts her head up and smirks at you, and he says, "I'm afraid things are going to go very poorly for him before they get better. Lyran intelligence will be directly contravening in his case."
I don't know. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I hope that he has many friends on the noble court.
Okay. I will go to count how many friends that he may have at the
They
moment
need a
and hope
fall
that's.
guy.
Is there anything else that I need to know while y'all are here?
There are many things you probably need to know, but what you're authorized to know is very little.
Even as like XO, nothing.
Lieutenant, please have a good day.
I guess it's a no. Are you going to at least tell my commander?
I'm sure I will see him shortly.
Okay.
Harbinger, back to you. According to this message you have sent me, you wish to speak on behalf of Sir Maxwell Harridan.
Yes.
And testify to both his character and noble stature.
Yes.
Very well. The court is listening.
Oh, crap. We're doing this now. Okay.
Do you need a few minutes? We can jump to somebody else if you want to script something down.
I'll wing it.
All right,
Probably
let's
come
do
out
it.
better that way.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it'll be very nice. I can't wait for the part where you accidentally reveal that Harridan murdered some babies. Sacrifice them in a blood cult ritual.
They were bad babies.
They were clan babies. That's why it's okay.
They had it coming.
What the fuck?
You need me on that wall.
Wow.
Yes, I'm glad they're dead, and I hope they burn in hell.
Ladies, gentlemen of the noble court, I stand before you as one of you, and I've come to testify on behalf of Maxwell Harridan. I've served with this man on 3 occasions now. He's always comported himself with nothing but integrity and honor and upholding all of the statutes that we hold dear as members of the nobility. He's fought bravely. He's looked out for his comrades in arms. And he's always tried to, where possible, minimize the impact on civilians. I truly think that he is of noble blood and that these charges against him are painting every behavior in the worst possible light, but not reflecting what has actually happened.
You are to say, sir, that there is a conspiracy afoot to demean this fellow, and that indeed the truth that we are seeing in this courtroom is not the true truth?
So Harbinger kind of cocks his head and says, would it really be the first time this has happened?
So the judge just like very ceremoniously makes some notes. The court notes your record.
Excellent.
They hang up the call. Harridan, for you, you've been in jail for almost 7 days now. Your crew's on their 3rd day up on the Canopian Pleasure Circus. Occasionally, you're allowed messages through. It seems like the Russians have been arrested locally. they're being held in the drunk tank.
Are they like 3 cells over?
You can hear him singing like Russian hymns over there and loudly.
The Russian national anthem.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you want to contact or call to your defense? I've got James is making his decision now as to whether or not Citadel backs you.
The Baron.
He is still, for the next 2.5 months, in a coma.
I'll wait.
What about the factory lady?
I
What
want to
you-
be clear here. So you're putting a witness down who you're like, experimental clan cloning technology is being used to regrow half a body for this man, and when it's complete, I would like him to testify.
Yeah.
All right.
My life is on the line.
You
Fine,
receive
I don't care.
You receive a message back from the interrogator, William Williamson, that says, would not this man feel desperately inclined to look well upon his savior who has saved his life at great personal cost to himself, and not judge this case on your merits, but on your mercies?
The Baron and I don't exactly see eye to eye on many things.
That's because he's shorter than you.
But if you wish to hear all sides of the case, if you wish to hear all facts and all information to be present, then his testimony would be a part of that, would it not?
He snaps a book shut. Very well. This process will be slow and trying. We haven't even got to the cross-examination yet. But I assure you, Sir Harridan, given the damning evidence I have against you, rot in prison for the rest of your life.
I'm so confused. Who's prosecuting him?
The nobles.
It's just all the nobles of the planet.
They have
How many?
not
how many
all
nobles
of
are
the
there?
nobles, right? But he's being charged for serious. So he's not being charged like in a court of law. He's being charged as a noble for breaking noble privileges. This is a very Lyran thing to have happen.
Okay.
Mhm.
I don't understand any of it, but I don't care enough to have you explain it to me, to be honest. So I'll just wait and see what happens.
That's because you're American and we have a court of law here.
right.
Right.
That's what I mean is like, you know, I'm inclined to be like, well, what are the charges? Like, let me try and think this out and figure
Terrorism.
out. But it's
Reason.
probably not
Yeah,
important.
no, this is a social problem rather than it's
A
who,
criminal problem.
yes, who he knows and what he can display are more important than what he can
So
prove.
what's at stake here? Is jail time at stake, or is
I mean, life imprisonment and exile probably.
so despite it not being like a legal criminal trial, it's a legal trial, but it's not a criminal trial. So he can be held
Indefinitely.
for life in prison based on a noble court.
Yep.
That's what this is. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's a noble and the crimes against him are extremely serious.
Who are these people? But I mean, like, how many nobles are there on the planet?
Somewhere between 35 and 40.
35 and 40.
Hard to tell who's still alive.
And how many of those did we wrong so badly that they want to throw him in jail for his whole life?
Well, one very specifically. So,
Which one is that?
Lady Isabel Trahan.
Oh, the terrorist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the known terrorist that made a deal with Lyran Intelligence, despite Lyran Intelligence putting us on this planet to deal with her specifically.
Yeah, they
Yes.
don't care about that.
He gave good information.
I also call upon the higher ups of that factory that we saved.
Yeah.
You would like Marina to speak on your behalf?
Mhm.
Okay. She
Did leave
comes.
the fences behind
She comes
for
in person to answer your call, and sits on a bench outside your cell, and is just like, "I apologize, Mr. Harridan, but I will not be allowed in the court."
What do you mean you won't be allowed in the courtroom?
Well, for one thing, I'm not a noble.
That doesn't matter. You run probably the most important facility on this planet.
Indeed, and I will do what I can on behalf of the extremely lucrative contracts that your company has signed with mine to ensure that you are released to honor those contracts. But I will not be able to testify in court, and it probably would not be wise for me to publicly associate myself with you.
I see.
I'm not sure you are aware of the situation with my brother.
I am not.
He was commander of the defense forces here. The Kolovrati Planetary Defense Force, local militia. He surrendered during the first battle. And it would appear that he was responsible for purloining munitions from my factory and selling them to one Lady Isabel Trahan. Military equipment. He also sold spare Battlemechs. He is being listed as a co-conspirator with you. And so my testimony may only damage you in the process. I'm doing what I can to defend my family name and corporation. But
So is she being extradited like off planet by Lyran Intelligence? Is that
who, Trahan?
yeah?
No. She's free to go about her life on planet.
That is okay.
Well, I won't make you do anything.
Rad is like, how could someone escape justice for these very serious crimes?
That makes any sense to me. I'm missing something,
Yes,
obviously.
there's a conspiracy afoot, and it's been building all season. Building for
I won't make you do anything you don't wish to do, but I would like to remind you that we did save your life. And
Remind you that my men helped you capture a dropship.
They did.
We have mutual business concerns, Mr. Harridan, and I will do what I can to secure those concerns.
I appreciate that.
And I will do so at great personal cost. But I will not damage myself and you in the process unnecessarily, unless you have some clever ruse.
No ruse. I stated at the beginning, when we were attempting to fight the clans off of this planet, that I likely would not survive the aftermath. I fully expect that I probably still won't. But if I'm going to be damned, I'm going to be damned for who I really am.
Well, I'm sure that will play well in court. Can I get you anything? My men are very good at bribing the noble guards.
I don't think it would be worth the risk.
Well, I didn't know if perhaps there was a brand of alcohol you liked, or cigars, maybe a roasted turkey.
I'd rather keep my mind clear, and as there are probably eyes and ears that we're not aware of, watching and listening to every single word that is spoken, I dare not take up such an offer, even if I were inclined to do so.
Well, several of those eyes and ears currently belong to me.
Still, I will be fine.
Then I will do what I can on your behalf. Insofar as I can. Good day, Mr. Harridan.
Good day. Thank you for making the journey.
Okay. Black Rabbit, Ronan, Harbinger. You're in the final days of Canopian Pleasure Circus Land aboard the Wish. What's the plan?
So how long have we been up here?
So your total stay time is 5 days. You've probably been up for 3.5.
Okay.
Every once in a while, you see Rapier floating around in a toga like a ghost. He seems to have an increasingly large number of hickeys on his body.
I want to find him sitting at the bar one day and come up behind him and buy him another of whatever he's drinking and sit down to talk to him.
Himbiki Dark.
Gross.
Just like, oh, hey.
Does he seem pretty drunk?
Oh, yeah, he's fucking wasted.
Excellent.
It's just like, hey.
That'll save me some time.
What am I supposed to call you? I mean, I know all of your aliases.
It's true. I feel like at this point I've almost killed you once. First name is probably appropriate. I think you just call me Molly.
Okay, all right. So that's what you're going with. That's really nice. You know,
I gotta admit I don't even know your actual name.
My first name is definitely Rapier.
Oh,
Rapier Jenkins.
Nice.
It's also my call sign.
Well, listen, I wanted to talk to you about some of the stuff you said when we had our little conversation in the room. Honestly, you seem to know more about what happened with Kenneth Cross than anybody else alive.
Space
you were right
magic.
There. Space magic. What makes you say that?
You know, this and that. Oh, hey, look at the time.
No, wait. And I order him another drink.
He's getting up and moving away.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna walk with him. I'll support him, right?
He's
like if he's
floating
wobbly.
away, actually. He's like floating to the other side of the dropship.
Okay. I just walk with him and
So
keep
he's just
talking
like,
to him.
Oh, you're still here next to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want, I wanted to ask you for your help.
I'm gonna head to my quarters and maybe go to the bathroom and go to sleep and get away from you.
You seem like there's stuff you don't want to talk about.
Well, I just shrunk and I don't want to do anything with you that I might regret for the rest of my life.
What do you think we would do that you would regret?
Aren't you coming on to me right now?
I mean, what if I was?
Am I misreading the situation?
I don't know. What are you reading?
While you're talking, he slams against the bulkhead of the dropship. He's like not looking where he's going, just bam. He's like, oh, F equals MA. F equals MA.
It's true. Yeah, she's just going to be real nice to him and help him out and continue to flirt with him if necessary. She's looking to build this relationship because now more than ever, she's feeling more and more certain he knows things that she wants to know that he won't tell her.
Okay, let's make a negotiation roll.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, God. Okay, so she gets like a 20
dead here
automatically.
I want to tell you that she will do everything up to and including sleeping with him to learn anything she can learn.
Understood.
To get him on her side.
Yep.
I got to remember what my negotiation is.
I will give you a +1 for that.
Okay. So it's going to be at a +8.
Okay.
Oh my God.
You don't need to roll terribly high then.
And I don't?
No.
I have saved 1 edge.
Okay.
So I'm going to preemptively give myself +2 as
Roll
well.
a
So
lot
it's at a
less high now.
it's at a +10.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
So remember
So
when I said there
18.
was an epilogue episode? That might not be happening.
You don't have to reveal any of it. We could just fade to black on the whole thing. And we could do
No.
it in the next
Okay,
episode
so this
if
is
you
what
want.
happens. Like, you have a fucking wild night with him, but he's super drunk.
Sure.
And the last scene we see...
So maybe I just make him think he had a wild night, right?
No, it definitely happens.
Okay,
100%.
all right. That's fine.
But at the end of it, he leaves out a, like, data stick that is labeled Space Magic Bandito.
Okay.
And you
Do I just take it? Am I stealing it from
discreetly
him?
make a copy of it.
Okay, yeah.
In the morning, he never even knows that you saw it.
Cool.
I will send you what is on that data stick.
Excellent.
So you can make a decision as to whether or not you execute Bandito during the epilogue.
Okay.
Black Rabbit, what do you do with your time? Maybe you don't try to proposition another crew member for sex and then
No.
steal their shit.
But she does go to her room.
Yeah.
And she calls Bandito since I don't think she can call Harridan right now.
All right. It's a really nice room. I mean, you have the Commodore's room on board.
Wait, Harridan can't get
You can get calls from her. Yeah.
Oh.
You're an
But I wanna
ambassador.
call-
You're a noble. You can call them.
I want to call them both.
All right. You call them at the same time?
Mhm.
All right.
Speakerphone.
Comstar hooks all of your calls together.
Hello?
There's a transmission delay time of like 15 seconds, by the way.
Harridan here?
Is there something you guys want to tell me?
Regarding, you'll have to be a bit more specific or give me a hint. What is exactly
Very
referring to?
You know, any kind of big secrets you guys been keeping from me? Things that I should know?
Black Rabbit, I would remind you that this is an open channel and I am in a secured facility and being monitored 24/7.
She hangs up on Harridan.
Well, that was easy.
Shit. What was the question again?
Is there anything you should be telling me that you haven't?
I don't think so. I think Bubba liked you a lot. That was about it.
Liked.
That's it.
Is there something I need to tell you?
Is there something I need to know?
I don't know.
She just doesn't look very happy.
Well, Black Rabbit, I didn't want to tell you this yet, but you're actually taking a pay cut this month.
I get paid?
I was gonna say, we found out you were rich, so we don't really need to pay you anymore. We've noticed you haven't deposited any of your paychecks yet, so you obviously don't need them.
Till you start doing that, we're just not gonna waste the pay.
All your vacation time for about the year, so you got that going on for you, I guess. I'm not quite sure what there is that you're needing to know. There's something that
I'll talk about it when we get home.
I was just gonna see if you guys was gonna keep hiding secrets from me. That's all I wanted to know from you, Bandito.
I've got secrets some that I probably shouldn't say and some that I can say. You're wanting those that I can say?
He's got secrets that can't leave Cancun.
Because some secrets can get me killed, potentially. Are you by yourself?
Yes.
Ronan's not there at all?
Why would
Are you by yourself? She looks up at Ronan. Yes.
Yes, I am.
I am not with Ronan during that. I'm just saying that.
Okay. I guess there's one part that I can tell you. Considering that Harridan jumped ship, we're technically part of the Lyran Alliance Black Operations.
Technically?
Honestly, I'm not really sure I should say you. We didn't really discuss this, Harridan and I. It's kind of weird. I think we could have had this conversation before we hired a whole bunch of new people.
There's a instant flashback to Harridan saying, "We're on an unsecured channel."
It's just Comstar. They'll make sure nobody else gets this information.
Because I thought we were talking on our channel thing. Unless that doesn't
Yeah,
work.
they don't reach that far.
That's my bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you guys ever going to mention that?
Probably eventually. I have no idea. It kind of like you got here and then the clans attacked and it wasn't really much time to talk about these sort of things. There was times where I didn't sleep for maybe a day or two. Yeah. In fact, I still haven't slept for about 2 days.
It's almost like I invited everybody to a place that we could all sit down and actually talk for once.
That conversation that we had isn't really a place to have in public for a lot of ears to have.
I'm a foreign ambassador, and this is my home, technically.
That is true, and it's really still weird to
Exactly.
This would have been the best place to have this conversation.
I have no idea. If you want to have a conversation about this when you get back, I'm sure we can get a nice quiet room. With
Sure.
hopefully bullet holes fixed windows.
That was the last time they ever spoke, as Black Rabbit left with her circus when it departed.
As she fucked off with her unimaginable wealth and left them to die in poverty.
Currently, I probably said too much than what I should have. And I've been trying to work on that lately. It's
Don't worry, Comstar knows everything you guys have talked about already. You're like, we've kept this so secret. No one knows. And they're like, we know. There's a guy in the line right now that's just like, oh, we know, brother.
I'm sure we've had like a comp star mall though already, so
Yes.
they've already known.
Yep.
So like I said, when you guys get back, we'll have a conversation about it.
Why should I believe that?
I cross my heart, hope to die.
Be careful what you wish for.
And that leads us to our final scene. Harridan, it is, in the future, and you are before your sentencing committee. Your final recommendation is being read. It is a letter sent by the office of whatever Citadel's full name is. I completely forgot. Adrian Hauser, I think?
Yeah.
Fellow nobles of the court, when I first learned that members of a mercenary company had received titles of Lear nobility in exchange for their services, I was as appalled as the rest of you. And so it was that several weeks after I learned of this, when I came upon the members of Crow's Black, my initial prejudice was against them. He actually spelled Crow's Black wrong. It has an E on the end of the crow. The nature of my first meeting with Sir Maxwell was one in which we were forced into the cauldron of battle almost instantly. I was hunting a terrorist organization, and it turned out that Crow's Black was also at odds with this group. It was during this first battle that I was able to observe the character of Sir Maxwell and his subordinates. This battle required Crow's Black to enter a terrorist base in order to rescue one of their own, while also facing strong opposition and working quickly to prevent the escape of the terrorist leadership. Despite the risks associated, the members of Crow's Black acquitted themselves with honor and skill during this first encounter. Later, after the invasion of the clans, I had the occasion to work alongside Sir Maxwell and the members of Crow's Black. They came to my aid after my own liege was threatened with capture or worse by members of Clan Steel Viper. In this encounter, the members of Crow's Black put themselves against, technically, a numerically superior force to rescue a high noble of our world. Even after my own unit was crippled in this encounter, one of the mercenaries placed themselves in harm's way in order to recover me from the battlefield. I've not had an opportunity to socialize much with Sir Maxwell outside of the battlefield, but I can speak to the quality and professionalism of the warriors that fought beneath him, and that can only reflect well upon his character. Sir Maxwell and the men and women under his command have done all that they could to limit the damage of this invasion and to drive the clans off this world. I cannot think of a truer indictment of the quality of the character of those who put the needs of the many above the needs of the few. I may not give respect to those who are given noble titleless payment, but I now give my respect to Sir Maxwell and the members of Crow's Black. They say inaction was necessary for the greatest outcome. I trust that belief. I would stand alongside these men and women again at any point in the future, and our world is richer for their presence. You also have a letter which goes unread from Lieutenant General Kristen Marn, who's not a noble and has no standing in the court.
Wasn't she granted
what
some form of nobility for cooperation and the like?
The general who came to save the planet?
Part of that contract was noble titles, I thought.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the same person.
Oh.
I
would have called anyone that would have.
Lieutenant General Kristen Marn is the commander of the 9 regiments that just came and landed on the planet.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about you making a negotiation roll and a final plea. Not in that order. Do the final plea first, and then the negotiation roll.
Judge, ladies and gentlemen of this fine court.
The judge nods. The people in the audience all stop moving their fans.
Their fans?
Look, in my mind, this is a very southern 1800s court. There's a little bit of smoke going around.
Sure.
There's lots of wigs and powder.
Okay.
I know you're laughing, but this is the fucking Lyran Alliance.
No, you're painting an image for me. I'm getting it. I'm tracking.
Yeah. Please continue.
We came to this planet, a mercenary unit. Typically, that sort of thing is frowned upon. People who would risk their lives for money, not caring much for country, titles, land, or anything of that sort. But We saw this when we came here as a chance to find a place to call home. And then the clans decided to invade. And with that invasion, we saw everything, everyone on this entire planet put at risk. And so I decided to do something that I had not done in my entire life. I'd think about someone other than myself.
It's good to you.
All the nobles are like, first mistake.
And so that's precisely what I did. Our unit went through a great deal of effort, a great deal of danger. We've lost people, we've lost men, we've lost women, we've lost equipment. But we did it all knowing that what we were doing was securing this planet, securing everyone here, all of your family, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, your children, securing your lives and your futures. That is what we were fighting for this entire time. And I knew when that was over, I would be made to answer for any damage that the clans created in anything that happened along the way. I hope and I trust that I managed to equip myself here far better than I would have in the past. And I realize that there are people in this room that probably might be feeling a bit more malice than others, but that is neither here nor there. Because at the end of the day, justice is what is important. I do not know if I will see justice today, but I will accept the judgment of this court without reservation.
The judge nods when you say that, as if, yeah, you fucking will. Make your roll, sir. This is your Mr. Secretary moment.
At this point.
Mr. Secretary, Aaron Burr, sir.
Can I give him an edge?
How do you give him an edge?
I will send a letter in.
I see.
It's a noble.
I don't know if I'm a noble, but I'll try it.
You are a noble.
I mean, if
She's
you're
mad at him, so it's actually
you're an
edge
ambassador,
against him.
which passes
You're an
for
ambassador.
nobility.
That's actually, yeah.
Your letter will be read. Is it covered in heart emojis and just like Captain Harridan is
Fuck that guy.
It's a good man.
No, it's actually
He lied to me.
super short. It's really short.
Yeah, what's it say?
And all it says that his actions on the boat were. It basically says that she thinks that he'd made the right call
Okay.
in that situation.
Sure, I'll allow for that. You get +2.
Can I get thrown an edge for that as well?
Well, it doesn't look like I'll need it. What do you
Sure,
tell me what the
if you
final
want,
result
that'll
of
give me
it?
a +8, which will give me a 19.
Yeah, okay. At the end of the sentencing, the judge says, "This entire case has been highly unusual. I cannot believe that we members of the Lyra nobility can see clear evidence of terrorist action on this. And that the two people who have been accused of it, both principals in a fight over property, are both walking free. However, this court retains its extreme diligence against the general. Sir Harridan, as of this moment, you are cleared of the charges. An investigation will continue into this conspiracy that you have uncovered. This Brotherhood of Cincinnatus, this Dark Phoenix, a smuggling ring. I do not like what I see on this world when I look around, and if my name isn't Count Rasmir, then I will be damned to file out fall to such petty terrorists. Please enjoy your freedom with compliments of the Lyran, sir. And I thank you for your defense of this world." Like somebody in the crowd stands up and starts clapping. Several other people begin snapping their fingers. Suddenly the
it's
whole
John Hughes movie.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 people are standing and clapping, and like dozens of nobles are snapping their fingers. Fucking weird.
Harridan stands up and does the.
Harridan's like standing at attention, but very much he's thinking like, I should be getting sentenced to execution right now. What the hell is happening?
Good friends. In the next episode, we're going to find out what happens when the command lance of Grows Black separates from the rest of the unit for some light mercenary work. A final storyline for this season, the epilogue of season. You know, it's just some time away from the rest of
The Hunting of Dark Phoenix.
Surely nothing will go wrong. Glimo, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I know
It
we
was
ran a little late. Let's go ahead and start outros with you.
I'm Glimo. You can find me on twitch.tv/Glimo, where I stream Call of Cthulhu Massive Nyarlathotep campaign every other Sunday. We're on break this weekend, but back on the 18th, so please come and hang out with us. You can also get our YouTube back catalog, and episode 20 just went up today. Had a super great time again. Thank you for having me back. It was also super cool to do some RP stuff in addition to, just shooting the Devastator.
I mean, I really thought that I would just headshot you, and then you wouldn't be needed in the second half. But
that is usually what happens with the Devastator.
And my character. I mean, even when Arthur was NPCing Harbinger, he still got shot out of his mech. So it was nice to make it all the way through a combat. Thank you all for having me.
Yeah, so that's twitch.tv/Glimo, right? GLIMO.
Okay. GLIMO.
Making sure.
Yeah.
I want to say, by the way, someone on this recruiting list is selling out so hard for the cast. They've listed themselves as the daughter of a former Magistrian ambassador who's got cat ears and a tail, and they fly a aerospace fighter, and they want to join the unit. And I'm just like, this whole story is basically to get Cotton to back this person to come into the unit. Speaking of Cotton, let's talk to Raddosaurus.
I love Cotton. She's great. I had a great time tonight playing with Cotton. Not anybody else here, just Cotton. No, I had a great time. This was good. The battle went probably about as well as it could. The only way it could have gone better was to get more salvage. But honestly and truly, the fact that we won with really very few casualties or damage or anything, like it was a pretty clean victory. I thought for sure we were going to lose the Cauldronborn, but we're even going to keep that bad boy around. So I thought all in all, like that was a pretty solid win and a huge payday to bring that in and get everybody all fixed up with the genetic stuff. Having Glimo back is awesome as always. So for me anyway, it's like a permanent, you're always invited back to be on the show kind of situation. Yeah, I was really excited to get to do. It was a cool episode, and then it was combo tabletop and RP stuff. So had a lot of fun. Yeah, I'll be back next week. I'm trying to see if I can't come on Tuesday, Arthur, to finish out that.
Oh, shit.
Assuming your cast will all be there to actually play. Seems like a lofty assumption. But, I'm feeling it out. Yeah, besides having a good time tonight, I mean, I'm excited to come back and tie up all the loose ends of the season next week potentially. So yeah, it's a good time. Me and Pondo are gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to have the talk
with bullets.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it, I guess.
Cotton, I would like you to do your outro, and then as you requested, you can also do my outro as well.
Oh.
I mean, you offered. Why would I not accept such a generous contribution to the show?
Well, now I feel pressured.
Good.
I'm Cotton. You can find me on AP's Tuesday show and maybe a Sunday show.
We'll see.
Rad will be joining us Tuesday.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, Brian.
Thanks for joining us today, Glimo. I don't have the witty jokes that you do when you do outros.
Apparently, I don't either.
I think they're nice.
Okay, well, it's good that someone does.
I had a sick burn. I'm not gonna say it.
Just go. Just do it.
I don't have any cricket sounds queued up.
Let's do it. I just want to remind you, I had 1.5 hours of sleep.
Witty joke.
Or no, sorry, I missed it. Say it again.
I said they would have to exist for you to have to make a witty joke.
See, there it is. There it is.
Wow.
Just sinking right back into that depression Sid observed at the beginning of the episode.
You just gotten up enough to peek out above the rim of
The
it.
direwolf died.
There
The
to
fucking
just step on your forehead.
bottomed me out.
Yeah.
I didn't get to use this. Look, man, I'm telling you, season 4 it's just gonna be dire wolves everywhere.
Those things are so fucking scary.
Hunchback 2Cs are gonna be the only thing you see all season.
Every round, a new direwolf will enter the field, and every round, a direwolf will blow itself up by alpha striking, so that there's a steady number of direwolves on the map at all times.
Cotton, please continue with my outro.
If you haven't followed AP on Twitter, you can do that. You can check out his Discord with the link that's usually in the chat somewhere. And you can also go to his YouTube, which is APGamingREAL.YouTube. YouTube.com/APGamingREAL. I got it. See? That's all I got. Sid?
Someone's questioning that. No, it's Pondo next. We're going around in a circle.
I'm so sorry, Pondo.
Hi, I'm Pondo or Pondothemad. You can catch me on YouTube or Twitch /Pondothemad playing video games and whatnot. Tonight was interesting. I fully expected that I was going to get shot out of that cauldron born, but I managed to save myself by showing my rear. It was one of the cases where we kept on saying, it's like, we have more armor in the back than we do in the front.
That's literally the climax to several Blaine Lee Pardoe novels, including the one where they end up on a nuclearized planet and decide to treasure hunt. Battletech is weird. Super weird. I don't know why you'd use Battlemechs to excavate a construction site that's been hit by a nuclear bomb, but sure.
Well, I mean, Agrimechs. Those are a thing.
No, they use Battlemechs. They use a full strength combat regiment.
Well, yeah, that makes absolutely no sense. Oh, you obviously used Agrimechs for that. That's just silly.
Next episode will be interesting because the whole Ronin figuring out the whole space magic thing. Whether she believes it or not, that's the intriguing part, because the whole thing was absurd.
Yeah, it's still an impossible scenario, right? No matter what, it's a lot to... It'll come down to what does she want to believe.
The question is, do you believe that I'm attempting to create a multiverse where all of my shows are connected? Or is your character like, no, this is total bullshit?
Yeah. So what it really comes down to is she going to kill Bandito because she thinks it's true, or is she going to kill Rapier because she thinks he's a liar? Someone's going to die.
I mean, you could try to kill Rapier, but I assure you, his edge count is much better than yours.
Yeah, well, you're about to tell us how much experience we got, so maybe not for long.
Well, we'll let Sid do his outro, and then I'll decide whether or not I want to give you any experience. I don't know that you really earned any.
Wow.
Oh, my outro. Yeah, so hi, I am SidAlpha. I am still not dead somehow by some miracle twist of fate, because I am quite literally the worst when it comes to rolling 6-sided dice. And when it came right down to it, I managed to actually roll well. And on top of that, I had my teammates kicking down with some edge, which was very, very nice. Thank you guys for doing that. And we also had Glimo and Grimdark James invest a fair amount of effort. Speaking in my defense, thank you guys for doing that. I appreciate it. Especially James, you're not even on the episode right now, and you took the time to write all that out. That's really, really kind of you. I appreciate it. I'll make it up for you on Saturday when we're playing Warhammer 40K. Yeah, it's a good episode. It's a great story arc. I'm really glad that Daishi managed to shut itself down so we could make quick work of it. That was very kind of Arthur to do that for us. That definitely made life a lot easier. And yeah, I really hope I don't have to shop for a new EXO.
May need to shop for a new Pathfinder, right? It's kind of up in the air.
I would love the idea that Rapier takes your place. You get executed by Ronin, and then Rapier becomes the XO.
It was part of his plan.
It's season
He wasn't
4.
actually drunk at all. He was completely aware of the entire situation. He's like, excellent.
I have a
Rad is
feeling-
like, I'm trying to figure out this conspiracy that's going on out on the planet, but it appears that Rapier's behind everything.
It's true.
and I have a feeling that now that Harridan won't be able to hide behind this isn't a secure communication thing, he'll probably have a lot of questions to answer from Black Rabbit.
The audience already knows. Rapier wants that vibro sword.
That's true.
He'll do anything to get it back.
It's true. It's true.
You gotta have the full set. You gotta have your DEST armor. You gotta have your DEST sword.
Didn't Rapier just requisition one when he was sneaking out?
Yeah. But did you know that you can use 2 swords with 2 hands?
You have 2 hands, so conceivably you could use 2 swords.
Just
Plus, you
remember,
always
they
have
can
to have
cut
a
battle. They can cut battle mech armor, right? So you can use 2 of them to climb up a mech.
3 if you
And
get
then
a
while you're
standing
standing
tail
you
installed.
pull out a third one.
Well, the ninja that attacked Bandito back then on that one heist used a rapier sword, vibro sword. So you got to get the rapier one to match his name.
He just has a golf club bag full of them. So as he climbs his way up the mech, he just leaves each one as a footstep and just keeps going, bringing out more.
Just a
stabbing
ladder.
them.
That would be the Black Rabbit way of solving the problem. Throw an
It's like
enormous amount of money.
$200,000 worth of swords turned into a ladder.
Whatever.
Sid, you got anything else?
Yeah, I've got more videos coming out over the course of the weekend. I'm going to be back on Saturday with Pondo and Grimdark James and Atomic and Arthur for Warhammer 40K. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I've also got the weekly Line of Sight news roundup video on Exclusively Games YouTube channel. So don't forget to go check that out. They've got more videos coming out there on a much more regular basis. And it's a lot of really good gaming news content. So definitely go give it a look. And don't forget to, if you're new to Arthur's channel, don't forget to click on the buttons, do all the things, because he does a lot of work. And even though we made short work of that Daishi due to, heat problems, this could have been a really, really terrible fight. And regardless,
I made bad decisions. All there is to it.
Happens to everyone. I just chalk it up to the clanner being so enraged that someone accepted his Zelbriggen and then immediately broke it, that he just lost his damn mind. And
Sure, I'll go with that. That was me being that enraged. I was like, you son of a bitch. I can't believe yo would fucking drag me into this honor fight and betray me immediately.
that goddamn Devastator still exists.
All right, guys. Have you thought about Amazon Prime? Because the thing is, if you have Amazon Prime, you can link it with your Twitch and Twitch Prime, this channel, twitch.tv/APGamingREAL. Maybe you like the rules for this game. Did you know that I have a drive-thru RPG link where you can purchase the rules for this game? That's it. I'm selling out super hard tonight. Don't forget that AP Gaming Real merch store. That's it. We're done. Go home. Fire noises. Swish.